It is back to school time, so in today's tutorial we are going to be making this adorable little quilted pencil pouch. So it's perfect to keep all those pens, pencils, markers, colored pencils, rulers, whatever you need for back to school. It can hold it. It can also hold all sorts of other things too. I mean, you could use it as a travel makeup bag or makeup brushes or little crafty projects, whatever. It's just a nice little tiny boxy pouch, but it's super easy to make, and we make these with all French seams on the inside, so there's no raw edges and there's no binding that you have to do. So once you finish that last corner, you are done. And I use zipper tape for my zipper with a little zipper pull that we put on there, and you could even make this out of pre-quilted fabric and it would go super fast, but you could make these up easily in like 30 minutes or less, I would think. So let's get started. Okay, the supplies you're going to need for your quilted pencil pouch are a little scrap that the measurements are in the pattern. For your tabs, you're going to need a zipper and a zipper pull, or a pre-made zipper that's longer than the width of your pencil pouch. And then you're going to need your 2 pattern pieces for your outside and your lining fabric, and a piece of quilt batting. And since this pattern does French seams, we're going to quilt all of this together. So I'm going to lay this down with my lining face up, wrong side up, and I'm going to sandwich my batting in between my 2 pieces, and then I'm going to pin all of this together, and then I'm just going to quilt this with like a diagonal cross hatch. So I'll be right back. Okay, once you've quilted your pieces however you want to quilt them, it doesn't really matter, you're going to baste around all 4 edges with an 1/8 inch seam allowance. That's just going to keep your edges together. And I missed a little spot right there, but that's okay. Now you're going to take your zipper, and I like to use zipper by the yard, so I will be adding my zipper pull later. But if you have a pre-made zipper, just make sure that it's several inches wider than the wider side of your pencil pouch. That way you can zip the zipper pull off of the end. Now we're going to install our zippers. So we're going to put our teeth side of our zipper, the right side of our zipper, to the right side of our fabric, and we're going to pin it along the edge. And then we're going to sew this on as close to the zipper teeth as we can. So I'm just going to clip this on here, and then I'm going to go stitch this, and then we're going to flip it back, and we're going to top stitch the other edge. Okay, once you have that stitched on really close to the teeth, you're going to fold this back so that you've got the right side of your fabric and the right side of your zipper showing, and we're going to top stitch along this edge. The way I like to do it though is I like to make sure that my zipper tape, when I sew my zipper on, is hanging over the edge by about a 1/16 of an inch. I mean, just a teeny tiny bit, just enough so when I fold this back, it's going to cover up this raw edge. And then I like to stitch this from the back side, and I'll stitch right along the edge of the zipper so that I can cover up this raw edge right here. And what that's going to do is that's going to basically top stitch on this side. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you what that looks like. Once you sew this down right along the edge of your zipper, it's going to encase that raw edge in there, so you won't have a raw edge right here. And it looks like this on the outside. It looks like you've top stitched it along there. So we're going to repeat that on this other long edge. So you're going to take your pieces right side up, fold your zipper over so that the teeth side is touching the right side of your fabric. Make sure these edges along the sides are lined up. We're going to put clips on that, and we're going to repeat that whole zipper process on the other side. Quick tip on using zipper tape, which I love. Once you've got that first seam sewn on your second side of your zipper, you can pull this all the way apart so that you can flip it over to the back and work on a flat piece instead of trying to finagle it while the zipper is zipped. That's the benefit of using zipper tape. Now it's time to add our zipper pull on here. Got lots of videos on here on how to use a zipper jig, but basically you're going to put your pull in flat side facing you, pointy side up, and working from the back side of your project, you're going to, so I can do this around the camera, you're just going to make sure all the threads are out of the way. You're just going to slide these zipper teeth into your zipper pull and try to make them even when they go in. and then you just pull down and it just slides your zipper pull on. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to mark our center point on this edge. So you're going to hold your zipper to where it's flat on the top and stick a pin in the bottom middle edge of both sides. Okay, pro zipper tape tip is when you put your zipper pull on, zip it all the way off the opposite end and then put it back on, and that'll make sure that both ends of your zipper are closed. It's much easier to work with that way. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the side seam and the boxy corners all French seamed. So we're going to turn this right side out, because with French seams we're working the process of making a seam backwards. So just trust the process. It will turn out in the end. I know it seems like it's going to be backwards. You're going to fold your little zipper pouch flat, and you're going to match up the zipper teeth with that pin that you put in the center mark right there. And add a couple of clips, and then we're going to make our side tabs. So I'm just going to match this up, make sure everything's all nice and straight. Put a little clip in there. And then we're going to move on to our tabs. Now for our tabs, we're going to take our little piece and we're just going to mark the center of that. I'll just do that running a crease with my fingernail. And then we're going to fold in the two long raw edges to the center mark. And if you don't have fingernails, you can use something like a stiletto or a point turner or the side of your scissors just to make that crease. And then we're going to fold that in half again so your raw edges are encased in the center, and we're going to sew on either side at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, now we're going to take this and we're going to fold it in half, and we're going to cut this into two because it's much easier to sew one big piece of fabric than it is to make two little ones. Now you've got two of these. So now you're going to take this and you're going to fold it in half, and you're going to line up that raw edge right on top of your zipper. So at this point you can take this little pin out, and you can use clips or pins, either one. And you're going to match that up, and then you're going to sew this side seam. Yes, the right side is out because we are doing French seams. So let me add this to this side, and then I'm going to sew my side seams, and then we will move on. Okay, once you have those side seams sewn, we're going to cut these down by half because we're going to do a French seam on the other side. So let's trim these down. And then we're going to cut in our little squares or rectangles for our boxed corners. And because we're doing these with French seams, the measurements are going to seem a little strange. So all the measurements are in the written pattern. So I'm just going to mark these on here. So you're going to mark your little corners on all four corners, and then you're going to cut those out, and then we're going to turn it wrong side out. Okay, now that I have all of my corners cut out, I'm going to open my zipper and I'm going to turn it wrong side out. And you can take this to your ironing board and press it if you want to, but you're going to roll these side seams out as flat as they'll get. Trim this thread off. And with the side that the zipper's open, you're going to have to hold the zipper together, but you're going to sew this at another 1/4 inch seam allowance. And because we trimmed this seam allowance on the first side down, it should encase that seam allowance so there'll be no raw edges. So you're going to do that on both ends. This end will be easier if you zip it up a little bit and get that zipper pull out of the way. But you're going to roll these seam allowances out, make sure your tab is pointed inside, and then you're going to sew this at a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and that's going to encase that little raw seam from the other side. All right, so let's turn it back right side out and check those seams and make sure that you've got all of your raw edges enclosed in that side seam. And because we're doing French seams on our boxed corners, we're going to do the French seam process all over again on our boxed corners. So that's what it should look like on either end. Now you're going to take, you can close this up just a little bit. Now you're going to take your boxed corners. Let me see if I can get this going the right direction. And I like to stick my fingers in there and kind of poke them out. And I like to flip my seam allowance from my side seam down towards the bottom of the bag. And you're just going to match this raw edge up so it looks like that. And we're going to sew this again at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And you're going to do that on all 4 corners on the right side out. Now that you have all 4 corners done, that's hard to say. Then you're going to trim this seam off by half. Make sure you get like all of the little threads trimmed up and everything, because you don't want those poking out in the end. You're going to trim off the seam allowance on all 4 corners, then you're going to turn it wrong side out. Okay, turn it wrong side out and poke your corners out really well. I like to take my fingers and go like that into the corners and make sure I get them poked out nice and sharp. And then you're going to take your corner, and you can press this if you want to, and you're going to then you're going to sew a seam allowance at a 1/4 inch, and because you trimmed that seam allowance down again, it's going to make your French seam. So there's no binding in this bag at all. Once you do all 4 corners, you're done. All right, once you have all 4 of your corners French seamed, you should have no raw edges anywhere now. You're going to flip this back right side out. And I like to take my little mini press because I can fit it in here, so my little mini iron, and I'll iron this out really good. Be sure you poke out all of your corners nice and sharp. And then you can trim up any little threads that are sticking out again, and check and make sure you got all those corners. There should be no raw edges. And then you can zip it up and you're done. And it's the perfect size for pens and pencils and markers. And so there's some pens for reference. Here is an 8-inch ruler, which I think would fit in there. So it's the perfect little back to school quick sewing project. You could also put makeup brushes in here for travel, or I mean, if you don't travel with a lot of makeup, you could even put your makeup in here for a little travel bag. Or you could use it as a little project bag if you've got any little tiny little crafty projects that you're doing. So it can be used for lots and lots of things, but this is the back to school quilted pencil pouch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. Now be sure to tag me so I can see all of your fabric choices that you use for your quilted pencil pouch. I would love to see what little back to school supplies you put in yours. So be sure to tag me at By the Bay Bag Co.